Welcome to my channel. In the month of July, which was written by Jane Arasanayagam, it is a famous poem. Today we are going to see about that. Now, if you not yet subscribe my channel, kindly click the subscribe button and click the bell icon which is in all. And if you like this video, kindly give a like and a share among your friends and comment me. In the month of July, Jane Arasanayagam, which was written by Jane Arasanayagam, it is a very interesting poem and which is it has some historic features. Okay, Jane Arasanayagam, her full name is Jane Lynette Christine Solomons. She was born in 2nd December 1931 and she died at 30 July 2019, Canada at Sri Lanka. She was the daughter of Harry Daniel Solomons and Charlotte Camille Jans. She is one of the youngest of 3 children. She grew up and spent her life mostly in Canada. Jane was married to a Jaffin Tamil. Her husband Tyagaraja Arasanayagam and their 2 daughters Devasundari and Parvati. She was a Sri Lankan poet and a fiction writer, and her poem has some quality of histories. What are the things happen in Sri Lanka? She used to write about that in her poems. And then she is the author of 50 books. She wrote her works only in English. The theme in her work was ethnic and religious turmoil in Sri Lanka. She married, as I said before, she married a Jaffin Tamil. Because of that, she often dealt with multiple heritage of her identity. The civil war faced by Sri Lanka was one of her main subjects. Gender, post-colonialism and personal relationship were among her themes. And as she has written more than 50 books, she used to write only in English, but her work were translated into various languages, including Danish, Swedish, French, and Japanese. And other works of Jane Arasanayagam is a poetry, Kindura 1973, Poems of Season Beginning and a Season Over 1977, Apocalypse 83, The Cry of the Kite, A Colonial Inheritance and Other Poems, Out of Our Prisons We Emerge, Trial by Error, Redeemed Waters Flow Clear, Shooting the Floricans, Nallur, Rain Program, Mother-in-Law. That is a Ruined Gopuram, Mother-in-Law. So these are the famous poem which was written by Jane Arasanayagam. So when we see the title of the poem itself, it gives some meaning and it gives some message which is some historic in nature. When we take her poems, when we read her poems, we can imagine what are the things happen in Sri Lanka and what are the message she is given. And the prose, that is the prose, she used to write a prose also. The prose is The Cry of the Kite. It is a collection of short stories. It was published in Kandy in the place 1984. The Outsider, that is a Nagasaki University, Bulletin of the Faculty of Liberal Arts 1989. Fragments of a Journey, that is a Colombo WERC 1992. All is Burning. It is published by the New Delhi Penguin Books, India 1995. And Peacocks and Dreams, New Delhi, Navrock 1996. And then one more important point is she has been called as the Nightingale of Canada. We all know Nightingale of India is Sarojini Naidu and Nightingale of Canada is Jane Arasanayagam. Her famous quote about writing is not for the celebrity status you place such importance on. It is not for self-glorification, but It entails issues that emerge out of our entire surroundings and extends universally. So she has written the poem for this sake. For this sake only she used to write, not for her popularity and not for anything. And Jane Arasanayagam is a different poet. When we look her also, she used to be different. We can't say she's a poet, but she is a poet. And then a very soft in nature, so that only she can't able to fight in nature, but through the poem she has described what are the difficulties she has faced. And Jane Arasanayagam is the winner awards, that is a winner of Grantian Prize 2017 for the best work of creative writing in English by a Sri Lankan writer living in Sri Lanka. She received a Doctor of Letters award by Bodwine College, Maine, and a Premchand Award awarded by the Sahitya Academy, India. Jane is a recipient of many state library awards, that is a literary awards, and the Lifetime Achievements Award Sahitya Ratna. A recipient of several awards and prizes nationally and internationally, Miss Arasanayagam was given the Sahitya Ratna Award of Sri Lankan government in September 2017. Okay, what is meant by Black July? That is, it is a very, very important thing in Sri Lanka. Black July is anti-Tamil pogroms and riots in Sri Lanka during July 1983. The riot began on 23 July 1983, which caused the death of 13 Sri Lanka army soldiers by the Tamil militant group Liberation Tigers of Tamil Ilam, that is a LTTE. 4-4 Bravo was the call sign of the 15-man Sri Lankan army patrol deployed in the Jaffna Peninsula on July 23, 1983. The patrol was ambushed and 13 of its members were killed by the LTTE. This incident sparked the Black July riots and is considered be the start of the Sri Lankan Civil War. So it is the Black July, and it is a very, very important in a Sri Lankan government. Apocalypse 83 is one among the poem which was written by Jane Arasanayagam. It is a famous one. See, in the month of July, what we are going to see today is one of the poem from this collection. Apocalypse 83 is victimization, memorialization and historicizing while emphasizing the significance of an act of writing in a context of ethnic discrimination and political violence. So it has all the theme and all the thing what Arasanayagam are going to say. So it is one of the famous collection of Arasanayagam, that is the Apocalypse 83. In the month of July is also a very, very famous poem, and in the month of July it has a 3 stanza. It consists of 3 stanza, and in the 3 stanza, the first and the last stanza contains 8 lines and the second has 6 lines because they have written in free verse. Childhood is contrasted with the old in the first 2 stanza. The tragic end of trample one person to death is the last stanza. So we are going to see about the poem now. So it is a famous poem, as I told you. We'll start with the poem. Childhood is far away, beneath a tree, playing with pebbles, skillfully tossing them from back of hand to palm, requiring a certain skill and magical ritualistic incantation. So you can see the poem, the lines in front of you, that is childhood is far away. So the childhood, when we become elder, the childhood, it goes far away, isn't it? The childhood goes far away. So when childhood goes forever, see, during childhood days, what we used to do, we play by hiding behind the tree, and we used to play with pebbles, isn't it? So how we use the pebbles? We throw the pebbles and we will catch the pebbles again, and we will toss it, and it will come back to our hand, to the palm. So it is the what to say, it is a series, the series of playing. We will throw the pebbles and we will catch it again in our palms, and we will keep it. So this is a play. What this play is very very skillful one, tossing the pebbles, tossing them. It's a very very skillful play, and it has some requiring a certain skill, because all can throw and all cannot throw it, and all cannot catch it, isn't it? Only those who can, that is where one who concentrately play, only they can catch it. So by throwing this and by catching, it is like a magical ritualistic incantation. That is, a incantation is nothing but a series of words that is used in a magic spell. So it is like that. Poet is explaining that childhood has gone when we play. So now we have become very very old. Now she is comparing to the old age to the childhood days. And here in the second stanza, as one grows older, the pebbles grow too, into great stones and rocks hurled with violence, smashed skulls, spilled brains, splattering the pavements. See, as one grow older, when we grow, the pebbles also grows. So here the poet is telling that pebbles grow is nothing but, when we are in a childhood days, we used to carry the small stones, but when we become a very big one, as per our age grows, we used to carry for our age the stones we used to carry. As far as age, we used to get the size of the stones. So what happened? It will change. Rocks hurled with violence. See, during a childhood days, we throw the stone because of a playing, but when we become a greater one, that is when we become a grown one, we used to take that stone for what? For the violence. And it will make what? It will smash the skulls, spilled brains, splattering the pavements. So it will, when we throw with the violent, it will smash the skull. That brain will splatter everywhere, where in the pavement where we walk. For example, you can imagine, see, in during a riot time, the person used to stand in the road itself. In that road, what happened? When we throw the when they throw the stones, because of that, what happened? The stone will go and hit their skull, and the brain will come out. That is a splattered. So because we are using that stone in a violent way. So here the poet is telling that the violence, how the violence, that small pebbles become into a big one. Excuse me. Then last stanza. In the month of July, a man fled from his pursuers. He climbed a tree. The mob aimed stones at him until they got him down. Probably fell off his grasp, lost and slippery with blood, his body already battered, and then they trampled him to death. See, in the month of July, as I told you, it is 1983. In this month, what happened? The fight between the Sri Lankan and LTTE have started. What? Those man and the important means, no, they man fled from the pursuers. That is, one who follows. They climbed into a tree. For example, if someone is following them with a stone, means they go suddenly and they climb the tree. During that time, what? The mob, all the mob aimed stones at him. They throw their stones at that man who climbed on the tree. Until what? They got him down. Until the man comes down from the tree, they will throw the stone. Probably, maybe he may fell off from the tree, and his grasp lost and slippery with blood, his body already battered. That body will already injured because of the violence, because of the throwing the stone, her body already violence. And then they trampled him to death. Then they tread on and crush him to death. That is to die. So till the person going to die, they will throw the stones. So this is the important thing, how the small pebbles has grown into a big one. That is how the person grows. The same way the pebbles they take, it is also larger than the small one. And during that month of July, what happened in the Sri Lanka. So these are all the explanation of the poem. That is a detailed explanation of the poem. So it is a very, very important poem. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my channel, and if you want to share it, you can share among your friends. Kindly comment in the comment box. If you want any other poem explanation, if you message or if you comment, I will explain you. And thank you for your support, and thanks for watching.